Are TTRPGs supposed to be meta? I was going through a section of the ADnD second edition book, and I saw this area here using mirrors, and this area where it gives like a description is on page 119 if you want to follow along with me. So there's an example of a section where a player wants their character to learn a new spell. So they're talking with the DM, and the DM says it's going to take 3 weeks. Your character's going to be basically doing nothing during those 3 weeks. And a couple of the other players are like, well, maybe during that time we can be doing stuff, right? And the example that they give actually gives like this little section where the DM has thoughts, and it says DM, not wanting to deal with a split up group, in like parentheses. The DM then gives an in-game reason why a player can't go out and get extra experience while one player is learning a spell. Like, it is sort of an interesting meta commentary on the hobby itself. And since this is one of the books that people normally refer to when they're talking about TTRPGs and like the glory days of the hobby, I had this thought where it's like, okay, were these always intended to be so incredibly meta? Is it supposed to be that the dungeon master makes decisions for NPCs in the game because of out of game stuff, right? Like, okay, there's the idea of you don't want a split party. You don't want like one player going off doing their own thing in a dungeon while the other players are all doing this thing. And that's a meta idea, right? Like it's not a reasonable in-game thing. Like sometimes people need to go off on their own to do stuff. In adventure stories, we have it like all the time. Frodo goes off on his own, gets in the boat, and he's leaving the rest of the party. It's a split party. Anyways, I just wanted to know like your thoughts on this one, because there are things in games that I like to be meta. Like I like meta currencies. I like luck and divinity. Those are two of the meta currencies in the Divine Comedy game that we're playing, and I really love those. I don't necessarily like meta rationalizations or meta reasons for why a dungeon master or players are doing stuff, because I think that harkens back to some kind of mechanic where it's like we're playing a board game, and so therefore the reason why we're moving in this direction is because the board game has told us to. Anyways, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on this one. Are TTRPGs supposed to be meta? Or have they moved beyond meta stuff? Now that we have like meta currencies and other games like Inspiration, is it possible to move beyond the original roots of the hobby, which would be Dungeons and Dragons and chainmail or whatever? Like, is it possible to move beyond those things and move into a less meta gameplay state? I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. TTRPGs and meta, where do you feel that? Like, what do you opt into enjoying the most? Let me know down below. God bless you.